Good morning, dear learners, and welcome to our geography lesson. Today, we are going to continue from where we ended in our last class. And before I get to that lesson, I want to tell you this experience that I've had. When it rains and I move over in town, I realize that our rivers, our streams are flooded with bottles and with local materials. This is because people, after consuming their drinks, they dispose their containers anywhere. This is therefore posing a serious problem to our environment, and therefore, as good citizens, as good environmentalists, we are supposed to put on healthy practices that are supposed to keep our environment clean. So that is the importance of this lesson. By the end of this lesson, we should be able to develop some healthy practices that will enable us to better manage our lakes. Secondly, you should also be able to identify the different types of lakes. And thirdly, you should be able to give the uses or the importance of lakes to man. It is from there that I will start my lesson by looking at the definition of a lake. When we talk about a lake is a body of water that is completely surrounded by land. I repeat, a lake is a body of water that is completely surrounded by land. When we talk about a lake, you should not be confused with a pond. A pond is actually smaller in size and shallow than a lake. What I mean is that a lake is deeper and a lake is larger. But a pond is shallower and then it is smaller. Now let's talk about the different types of lakes. There are two types of lakes, namely natural lakes and artificial lakes or man-made lakes. When we talk about natural lakes, these are lakes that are formed from volcanic eruptions, they are formed from tectonic movements, they are formed from rivers, or they are formed from glaciers or glaciation. So that is what we talk about natural lakes. As you can see here, we have types of lakes. There are basically two types of lakes, which are natural lakes and man-made lakes. And for natural lakes, we say these are lakes created by volcanic eruptions, created by faulting of plate tectonics, created by glaciation and by rivers. Those are the different types. That's the definition of a natural lake. Let's now look at the types of natural lakes. Natural lakes have different types, and the first type of a natural lake is a volcanic lake. Simply stated, it is a type of lake that developed from volcanic eruption. You know that Mount Cameroon always erupts at times. So it is possible that after a volcanic eruption, a lake may occur on a mountain. When that type of lake occurs, it is called a volcanic lake. And in Cameroon, we have the following volcanic lakes. We have the Baron Bimbo Lake, we have the Lake Nyos, we have the Lake Oku, we have the Lake Awi. We also have the Kupe Manimbuba Lake. These are types of natural lakes. These are types of volcanic lakes that we have in Cameroon. Another name for these volcanic lakes is called a crater lake or a caldera lake. That's the name. So we talk about volcanic lakes are formed from volcanic eruptions. They are known as crater lake or caldera lake, and we have seen the examples. The second type of lake that we can talk about is the tectonic lakes or depression lakes. These are lakes formed from plate movements. Plates do move, that is underground forces. There are currents underground, and when these currents move, they can create depressions or holes. And when these holes are occupied by water, they are known as tectonic lakes. A typical example of this lake is the Lake Chad. followed by Lake Ijahama. The next type of lake that we can talk about, they are lakes created by river action. The river flows from one point to another. As the river flows from one point to another, it bends, or what we call it meanders. The river meanders. So as the river meanders, it creates bends, or as the river bends, it makes it difficult for the river to flow straight. And at a certain moment, a certain portion of the river is going to be cut off from the main river. And when that portion is cut off, it is called an oxbow lake. Let us see this in the diagram. This is the river action, and you see how the river was flowing towards this direction. And then the river bends here. It occurs that at a certain moment, this portion may be cut off from the lake, as it is from the river. As it is cut off from the main river, it creates what is called an oxbow lake. Finally, we can also talk about lakes created by glaciation. Glacial lakes are lakes created by ice. As ice moves, it can melt, and when ice melts due to high temperature, it can create what is called glacial lakes. Now we are through with natural lakes, and I repeat, we have talked about the types of natural lakes, which are volcanic lakes, which are volcanic lakes or crater lakes, tectonic lakes. We've talked about river action lakes and glaciation lakes. Now we are going to talk about lakes created by man, or man-made lakes. Now, what are man-made lakes? Man-made lakes are simply lakes that are created by man. Dams constructed by man for different activities, for different reasons. Man creates volcanic natural lakes by constructing dams, and these dams can be used for the generation of electricity. These dams can be used for recreation or for tourism. These dams can be used for providing water for irrigation. These dams have different uses, and so therefore we are going to look at the various types of man-made lakes in Cameroon. These are dams constructed on rivers to generate electricity, provide water for irrigation, for recreation, amongst others. Let's look at the types of lakes in Cameroon. Edea Dam. The Edea Dam is constructed on River Sanaga, and this dam supplies most of the electricity that we have used in Cameroon, especially in the southern part of Cameroon. We use the Edea Dam. We can talk about the Lago Dam, which is constructed on the River Benue. This dam provides electricity to the industries and to the population of the northern part of Cameroon. And finally, we have Bamijim Dam, which is on the River Nunu. This dam is found in the western region of Cameroon. We can talk about many others. We have the Lompanga Dam, which is created in the east region of Cameroon. It's a new dam. We have the Membele Dam in the south region of Cameroon. We also have the Mekin Dam in the south region of Cameroon. So there are actually so many man-made lakes or dams that are made in Cameroon. So let's talk about the uses of lakes to man. We have seen that lakes are used for the construction of, or natural lakes are dams constructed. Of what importance are these lakes to man? Those are the uses. So let's talk about the first use. Lakes are a means of transportation. People use lakes as a means of transportation to move from one place to another. And a typical example of such a lake is the Lago Dam, which is in the north region of Cameroon. People in the northern part of Cameroon, they travel through the lake. We can talk about lakes provide water for domestic use. Yes, the water that we use in our homes for cooking, for drinking, for different activities is obtained from different lakes, which are provided by different water management bodies. A typical example is the Lake Awin and Lake Bambili, where the population
obtain their water from these lakes. You can talk about the most important function of natural or artificial lakes is that they provide electricity. We generate our electricity from the lakes, and that's why we say lakes are used for generation of electricity. And that is a typical example is the Iddeya Dam and the Lagdo Dam. Lakes are also a source of food. People obtain food from the lakes, especially fish and other seafood like crabs. People go into lakes, carry out fishing, and they use it as a source of food, which is good because it's a source of protein. So we have many lakes in Cameroon where fishing is actually taking place. Last and not the least is that lakes are a source of recreation or tourism. People do visit lakes, and when they visit lakes, they pay an amount of money to those who are responsible for the management, and this helps in providing income for those communities. Having talked about the uses of lakes, we are now going to conclude our lesson. But before we conclude our lesson, I will first of all want you to understand that a lake, as we said at the beginning, is a body of water that is completely surrounded by land. We have said that there are two main types of lakes, which are natural lakes and man-made lakes. We have given their examples. We have also talked about the uses of lakes to man. So take note of these uses of lakes to man. And finally, as an assignment that you are going to do, you are going to provide other uses. State two other uses of lakes to man. Two other uses of lakes to man. And finally, we also give the harmful effects of lakes to man. As you can see here, there's an assignment. State any 5 harmful effects of lakes to man. Lakes are not only important to man, but they are also harmful. I want you to state 5 harmful effects of lakes to man. By so doing, we must have completed our lesson. Hope to see you next time. Thank you.